Every job, no matter how commonplace, has its own unique set of adventures. In this 5-part series brought to you by Isuzu, we delve into the professional lives of 5 women from this automobile giants. Come again with us as Drum Magazine unveils the lives of people who work some of the more overlooked jobs in South Africa.
A typical day in my life.
Yes.
So I'm a mother of 2, 8 and 12. And my day starts there, right? Preparing them for school, doing the school run. And just today, we had a very epic morning. Woke up to a solar geyser that has frozen water in it.
Wow.
So imagine, it was a very interesting morning.
How did you counteract that? What is the procedure?
You know us, man, we make a plan. So I had to boil water using kettle, pots. My daughter likes taking a shower. I had to explain why she needs to take a bath today. It was very interesting. But outside that, so after dropping them off at school, I come to work. So as you said, as a senior after-sales manager, my role is one interesting one. Simply because after sales is everything that happens to a car once it's been sold, good and bad. So every day it's quite different. The only standard thing I could say about my day is that when I come into the office, the first thing I check is the numbers, right? We need revenue. So I always check, where are we today? From a challenge perspective, so I'm responsible for some of the African markets. And predominantly they speak French and Portuguese.
Okay, yeah.
2 languages I don't speak.
You're not well versed at all?
No, I can greet, I can say thank you, and that's just about it.
Okay, yeah.
So from a challenging perspective is the whole thing around building relationships with people that you may not necessarily know how to communicate with them, because for some of these people, English is limited.
Yeah.
I love solving problems.
Yeah.
I love having that 2 minutes where you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
How am I going to do this? You know? And later on you get a solution. I love it. And that's one thing I love about after sales. It's not for someone who loves structure, someone who loves repetitive work, because there's no such.
No, 2 days are the same, basically.
Never.
That's quite refreshing, no? Keep you on your toes.
Yeah, it is. Especially for someone like me who believes everything in life is a project.
Yeah.
It's a start and a finish. And for that reason, even with every problem, that's how I approach it. Yes, I may not know what the solution is now, but we will get a resolution. We will move on to the next project. So it's quite exciting. In my entire career, I've only filled one role where I was replacing someone else, right? The rest of my other roles, there were new roles, which meant there was no blueprint. I had to build it from scratch. I had to make it what it is. And that is the most exciting things. I've been privileged to have managers that allow me to run the show. And it has made me grow to who I am today as a manager, as a leader, but also as a woman. Because when you take part in these roles where no one knows this role, it's never been there before, but you are trusted to be the one that knows the way, right? Even in your personal capacity, you bring that with you. So as a woman, I've had to also modify how I look at my personal relationships from a family, from friends perspective, to ensure that in any situation, if there is no one taking lead, I'll take lead and I'll make it what I think is the right thing. So yeah, that's one specific thing about, when I look back in my career. But other things, for some odd reason, opportunities have found me where I needed them. And what I mean by that is previously I was asked to be part of a women's coaching program. I'm quite passionate about women development. I was also asked to be a mentor to what we call yes learners. Yes learners are individuals that are straight from varsity or college, no work experience. So for me to be trusted to mentor them and help them navigate the corporate world has been quite exciting for me. So yes, those are some of the things that really excite me when I look back in my career.
And in as far as that demographic of learners or that pool of talents, what would you say the future of this industry is looking like?
Oh, it's bright. Oh, it's bright. People are not limited in their thinking anymore. What you think and you think it's the impossible, it's already there, right? So for me to be experienced to these fresh graduates who are unlimited in their thinking, they question the status quo. They are very much involved in initiators. I think that's the only thing that could save this industry. Earlier on, we spoke about technology, and for me, it's no longer about selling a piece part. It's no longer about selling a filter. It's understanding each customer, what their unique needs are, and selling to that. So I look at a solution offering, including telematics. You may want a car that drives itself, but over and above that, that already can remind you that you need to go fetch your kids from swimming.
That's a nice touch. Yeah.
Right?
That sounds like something you might. Sounds like it's something you've been thinking about a lot. That particular feature.
Being a mom, I rely on my phone, but I want to rely on my car to remind me. Those are things that I want from an after-sales department to evolve with technology, with the industry, but also with the skills that are coming in, fresh skills that are coming in. So that's what I'm working towards.
And past goals that you had set your mind on and have since achieved, what would you say one or two of those are?
Yeah, past goals, it's relationship building, the first one, right? We had a period where, because of how far our dealers are from a rest of Africa perspective, we lost touch with them. Some of them stopped buying from us. So ever since I started with the organization, we were able to build those relationships and also to be considered in key deals that they are working on. We have one customer in Liberia who's working with one key big customer, and they asked us for our opinion, right? So for me, it's about that. It's relationship. It's making sure that people understand my value add and my team's value add to their business, because at the end of the day, we are all chasing one thing: revenue. And you can only get revenue through relationships, through retaining customers, and making sure that you offer that which is needed.
No, that's well said. And just in closing, obviously something to put in the foreground, the brand. How would you describe the feeling of driving an Isuzu, regardless of the make or model? You said you drove one here to work today, right?
Yes, every
and look
day.
how you just lit up, and I ask you that question, you just start beaming.
Guys,
so what does it feel like?
You have to drive an Isuzu, right?
All right.
But I'll tell you how it feels like. It starts when we are young. Each and every community had an Isuzu.
Yeah.
There was that one particular uncle we knew if we needed someone to carry furniture from one house to another, we needed an uncle to carry a sick grandmother at 2 a.m., there will be an Isuzu, right? So the love started there. But I saw it from a distance. I never thought I would drive an Isuzu. Then I stepped into an Isuzu.
Yeah.
Oh, guys.
Things changed.
Things changed.
Yeah.
Comfort, right? Speed. Trendy, right? I mean, I'm at a point where when someone looks at me on the road and smiles, I'm not sure if it's for me or the car. That's how bad it is. That's how good the car is.
Yeah.
And it's so versatile. My kids love it. With extramural activities, 1 minute I have to carry soccer kits, swimming costumes, netball. Then I still need to make sure they've got jackets because it's cold.
Yeah.
I can fit all that in an Isuzu.
Comfortably, yeah.
Comfortably. So for a family of 4 people, we ride in style, very comfortable. From a tech perspective, the infotainment speaks to my kids. At the back, they can do their thing. I do my thing in front. So it's a car that speaks lifestyle, but also a car that speaks necessity, right? It will get you where you need to get to. It will carry that grandmother 2 a.m. It will carry the furniture from one place to another, but also it will make you look trendy while doing so.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
And look, just in closing, rather, I would be remiss to sit across from an African woman, a black woman in South Africa, and not ask what wisdoms you might impart to someone who comes across this episode to encourage them in whatever field they might be pursuing, especially one that might be considered male-dominated from the outside looking in. What would you say to, offer words of perseverance and, to push on?
Yeah. For me, it's quite simple. trust your goals, right? Trust your dreams. There's a reason why you had to have that dream. It doesn't happen by chance. But also, opportunities will always present themselves when you show up. So for me, it's quite important for people to show up, to put in the work. I also have some late nights, you know. It doesn't come easy, but it's worth it. When you get there, when you look back and think, this used to be a dream. I mean, me driving an Isuzu used to be a dream, right? So for me, it's about showing up. It's about trusting your goals and your dreams, but also doing the work. Have conversations with people. Open yourself up. Ask questions. Very important. If you sit in a corner, you will be left in the corner. Ask questions. Get involved. Yeah. That's it for me.
Well said. Thank you so much for your time, man. Appreciate that. Can't wait to see that Isuzu.
Yes, we need to. You need to ride in that car and you'll understand.
And I'll get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we'll give you a business card. So
Trendy yet encompassing necessity.
Correct.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.